I've spoken at length about the Wim Hof method on this channel, but one thing I've not shared is my personal experience, why I tried the Wim Hof method to begin with, and my personal experience doing the Wim Hof techniques. So hopefully this might give you a little insight on why I practice the Wim Hof method, and how it's benefited me in my life, and can potentially benefit you too. As part of this, I'll break down the different components to the Wim Hof method and divulge my thoughts on each, focusing initially on the 3 pillars before going into more about my experiences on testing each of the techniques. So with that said, please indulge me a little as I share my experience on doing the Wim Hof technique. Cold therapy. I won't deny, when I first found out about the idea of cold therapy on seeing Wim Hof, I did not want to do it. Let me just be clear, I've generally always enjoyed warm showers and baths, and rarely, if ever, felt tempted to jump into one that was anything colder than a lukewarm temperature. However, I also knew the benefits of cryotherapy from an athletic perspective, and was aware that the cold can have certain physical benefits, including the soothing effect it can have on irritated skin, something I've had to deal with through my life as I've struggled with eczema. At the same time, while I was aware of Wim Hof, I wasn't too familiar with his work. That changed when I happened to listen to an interview with him where he recounted his personal story and journey. Not only captivating, he was making a lot of big claims about cold therapy, so much so that I felt the need to find out whether there was truth behind what he said. It's here that I first began to realise that he had a point, and research was backing him up. I made the decision to test out cold therapy with cold showers, and let me tell you, it did not go well. You see, I didn't realise his system included other components, so I figured I'd jump straight into the cold without doing anything to prepare. This involved some panic shrieking, probably resulting in my neighbours thinking there was a deluded banshee in the house next to theirs, before I quickly jumped out. Sure, I did it, but it didn't feel like a success. So from here I did more research, learning about the breathing techniques, which I'll come on to in a moment, and soon found out I was adjusting to the cold quickly. Soon enough I found my skin felt less irritated, especially when it was humid, but importantly, my immune system saw a great increase. All in all, I found that I was the recipient of quite a few of the benefits I've spoken about in this series. However, as you may have gathered, don't underestimate the importance of breathing. Now, just to clarify, I've practiced some basic yoga, and as part of that I practiced some Pranayama techniques, meaning I was already somewhat versed in how breathing techniques can have benefits on your physical and mental health. So learning about the methods Wim Hof applies, I soon grew curious as to what he did differently that would help me cope with the cold, and found that to an extent, the experience was somewhat like Kapalbhati in yoga, in that it was intense and could be quite tiring. Despite how it sounds, it actually had a great effect on the body, as you see an increase in adrenaline levels and helps your body to regulate its temperature. What this means is that when I applied the breathing technique, I felt the process of going into a cold shower was much easier and amazingly much more enjoyable. However, to say these are the only benefits of the breathing techniques would be an absolute disservice to the techniques. Breathing techniques have helped me in numerous ways, such as increasing oxygen intake in the brain to help improve cognitive function, helping me to calm down when stressed, increasing energy levels when needed, as seen with the Wim Hof technique, and notably, helped increase strength in my lung capacity and the lungs themselves. That last point I really can't stress the importance of enough, as being someone who has suffered asthma for most of my life, I've actually found that not only can I breathe easier, but I almost never suffer from asthma attacks at all today, no longer needing any medication other than the rare instance that I do suffer if unwell. However, let's not forget, my immunity has improved as part of the Wim Hof method, so these rare attacks almost never occur. So all in all, I really can't stress the benefits of cold therapy, and arguably even more so, the breathing techniques. However, this won't happen instantly, which is why the third pillar of the Wim Hof method is commitment. One of the reasons I was curious about doing the Wim Hof method outside of all I've mentioned up till now is that I saw it as an opportunity to push myself out of my comfort zone. If you watch my videos regularly, especially the content that's not really focused on Wim Hof, you will surely be aware that I believe that growth comes from pushing past your comfort levels. As someone who has spent years trying to test and improve myself and grow as an individual, I saw this opportunity to try out the Wim Hof method as a way to push myself and test my limits. This helped me in numerous ways, as I found that not only did it improve my resolve and determination, as well as focus and concentration, it helped significantly improve my confidence. Like I said earlier in the video, I've grown up accustomed to warm showers and baths, so doing something that's so out of character for me was a huge boost in knowing that I'm much more capable than I may have previously realised. However, all of this required commitment from me. I know the health benefits of doing these techniques, so applying them consistently isn't so hard anymore. It's become a habit that I do to care for my health, similar to exercising on a regular basis. So, let's take a look at my outcomes. All in all, I think it's fair to say the benefits of applying the Wim Hof method have been plentiful for me, as I've been practicing the method for a couple of years now and have seen huge benefits in my physical health, mental health, and most importantly, mindset. Today, I feel stronger than I ever have, healthier than I was as a young adult, and more capable as an individual than I've realised. This strength and attitude is something I apply in all aspects of my life, whether at work, dedicating time for my loved ones, and of course, in creating content for this channel. Something which has predominantly seen most of its success on the back of this series on Wim Hof. For all of this, I'd like to thank Wim Hof, his courage to share his methods, and all of those who have benefited thanks to him, including me personally. Hopefully this video gave you a little insight into my experiences on practicing the Wim Hof method. Can you relate to anything I've mentioned? If so, please share what in the comments. If you enjoyed this, please drop a like and consider subscribing for more content. Make sure to hit the bell to ensure you get notified of the latest content from YouTube. Thanks for watching.